say this isn't a lot, but when I do that, it's a lot. Oh gosh. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have my April book haul. Did I do okay? Did okay. It's not the best. Not the worst, but not the best. I have quite a bit from publishers, and then I have some that I bought. I did. I got some that I bought. It's fine. Okay, we will start with publishers first. This first one is very kindly sent to me from Harper, and this goes on sale in August, and that is The Couple at Number 9, and this is by Claire Douglas. So this one follows our main character, Saffron. She is moving into this cottage with her boyfriend, and they start renovating because it's older. It's something that she inherited, so they're going to fix it up so that they can live there. And upon when the renovations started, they find a body, human remains, inside the walls of this cottage. So obviously the police are called. What's happening? So it is determined that these remains are about 30 years old, so like kind of assuming that there's no immediate danger. And but the police start questioning her grandmother because her grandmother lived in this place at the time 30 years ago. However, her grandmother has Alzheimer's, so doesn't have the best recollection of anything. At the same time that this investigation is going on and they're trying to figure out what's going on, Saffron starts really feeling like maybe she and the house are being watched by somebody. So definitely interested in this one. So nice, good thriller, again, coming out in August. This next one is a middle grade book, and this was sent to me by Crown. This is The Natural Genius of Ants by Betty Colley. I love this cover. It's so cute. This one comes out in May. And this one follows a young boy whose father is, I believe he delivers babies, so like a gynecologist delivering children. And he makes a mistake at work one day. I think that is possibly, could be career ending. And because of that, he kind of goes into a little bit of a depressive state. And so for the summer, he ends up taking his family to Maine, where he grew up, just to kind of get away from everything. And there is something that happens with the ants. I think it's like a thing where they decide to start an ant farm, just to kind of give them a big activity to do over the summer. And there's something special about these ants, I think. So it's helps teach them a lot of lessons. So it's a contemporary book. I definitely want to read some more middle grade contemporary because I don't read that much of it. If I pick up middle grade, it's usually fantasy, but I need to like broaden my horizons a little bit. So I went ahead and accepted this one that was offered to me, and I'm really excited to read it. This next one is called Aurora. This is by David Coep, but this was very kindly sent to me from Harper as well. And this one comes out in June. This is like a post-apocalyptic feel of a book. So there is a power grid that completely takes out the power, I think, all around the world. And so people are left trying to survive on no power, which you don't realize how much you depend on it when you don't have it. And so it's causing like all sorts of chaos, and especially in the dark, like things get very dangerous in the dark. So it's kind of like that. And this is written by somebody who is a screenwriter as well. He has written a lot of movies. He's been part of the writing teams for like Jurassic Park and, you know, quite a few other things like that. So I have no doubt that the writing in here is going to be fantastic. And when I was reached out to about this, I immediately said yes because it sounded right up my alley. This next one was very kindly sent to me from Celadon Books, and that is Elsewhere. This is by Alexis Shaitkin. This one is a fantasy book, and it's a very small, short fantasy book, but it follows this village that is set in the mountains, and the women in this village, the mothers specifically, are known to disappear. And it's almost seen as an honor to be one that disappears because the rumors are you're going to serve some higher power or you're going to go do something else, but nobody knows what it is because these women never come back. They disappear and then they're gone and you have no idea. So it's almost seen like people anticipate that. So our main character in here is married and she is getting ready to become a mother herself, so she gets very nervous about whether or not she's going to be chosen. And so I think it kind of follows that. So I'm hoping it means that she's chosen and then you see what actually happens. That's kind of the expectation for me here, but I love this cover as well. Like, that's so pretty. So yeah. Another June release, this one was sent to me by Tor, and this is In the Shadow of Lightning by Brian Mcclellan. Okay, so fantasy. This is a huge epic beginning to a new fantasy series. I have not read a whole lot in the fantasy genre as far as epic high fantasies, and that's what this is considered. And I want to get more into it. I do. I've read a few and I've loved them, and they are series starters that I want to like actually read those series before I kind of start diving into everything. But when I was offered this one, I immediately said yes, because I was like, I really want to get more into the fantasy genre. Tor is a huge fantasy publisher, so like, I don't think they're going to steer me wrong. And this is an author that I have heard of before. I actually do have another one of his books on my shelf downstairs. So definitely an author I'm interested in anyway, and picking up the first book to a brand new series was just kind of perfect for me. So this one follows our main character, Demir, and he has been exiled from his kingdom. He probably just did something that caused him to be exiled. He's not anyone's hero, basically. However, the kingdom has really started going in a really bad direction, to the point where there's pretty much no royal family left except for him. So now he's kind of being forced to come back and to be the ruler of these people who he maybe possibly betrayed. I have no idea what happened. And he kind of becomes the one that is going to be responsible for saving this kingdom and keeping everybody safe, even though he's been exiled. So I think that's going to be interesting. Okay, this next one was sent to me from Tor.com, actually. This one comes out in August, and this is called Face. This is by Joma West. This cover, again, you guys, like, they are just killing it. So this one is an interesting concept. It's literally the idea that your face creates your worth. And there's a lot of social media commentary in here about this, and about the face that you have, and prettier faces are probably worth more, not so pretty faces are worth less. What do you do to your, what lengths are people willing to go to make sure they're worth more, you know, as far as plastic surgery and, you know, what you're presenting and doing all that stuff. So it just sounded really interesting to me, like a really interesting conversation starter, I think. So when I was offered this one, I said yes, because like, I think that's really an interesting concept. This is, again, another like little short one, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. This next one comes out in August. This is another one that was sent to me from Tor. So this is called The Book Eaters. This is by Suni Dean. Suni, I think, Dean. This one is a fantasy book, and this one really intrigues me because this follows the concept of a world where consuming books, like literally eating books, eating pages of books, results in you retaining the knowledge that you're eating. So if you eat a dictionary, you're going to be very well versed in all the words and you're going to know all the right words to say. You're going to know all the definitions of all the words. Eating a newspaper is going to be something that you're very knowledgeable about current events. Eating a fantasy book, you're going to know how to wield a sword. Like whatever it is that you are consuming, you are gaining that knowledge for. Now, we follow a family that one of their children ends up, instead of being a book eater, he develops an appetite for human brains. And I was like, ah! So that sounded so interesting to me. So this one just completely, like, I said yes immediately. Like, I want to read this so bad. It just sounds so fascinating. Okay, this next one actually is a paperback release. So I was offered the paperback release, like a book for the paperback release. So it comes out in August. So the hardcover has been out already. And so when I accepted it, I thought that I was going to get the paperback, but they sent me a hardcover. So I was like, I'm not complaining. Thank you. So this will be to celebrate the paperback release, but this is also from Tor.com. And that is Summer Suns. This is by Lee Mandello. I have heard really good things about this book. This is like a very Southern Gothic-y feel, and it follows two friends who have been best friends forever, and then one of them leaves to go to Vanderbilt for college, and then I think 6 months after he's there, he dies of an apparent suicide, and then he leaves a whole bunch of things for his best friend that is kind of hinting at maybe this wasn't suicide type thing. So I think he goes on this big, like, you know, problem solving, trying to figure out what happened to his friend. So yeah, I've heard good things. This cover, again, you guys, the covers are so good. But the paperback releases in August. So this is available now in hardcover if you guys want to pick it up. But the paperback will be out in August. Okay, so this next one comes out in September. This was sent to me by Thomas and Mercer, and that is Real Bad Things. This is by Kelly J. Ford. Now, I had never heard of this author before. However, I just read Bathhouse by PJ Vernon, and I was reading his acknowledgments and stuff at the end, and he thanked her for being like one of his readers, like that helped him along with the book, and like she was helping read the book while he was writing it, and like, you know, being like a good buddy reader and stuff. So I saw her name mentioned in there, and I was like, oh, I just got a book from her. So that made me really excited. So this one follows a woman, her name is Jane, and she grew up in this little small town with an abusive father, stepfather, violent stepfather. So when she's young, her stepfather disappears, and everyone just kind of assumed that he got drunk and drowned in the river because that's something that happens often in this area, and it was just kind of like an assumption. However, she confessed to murdering him. Now, without a body, the police did not charge her for anything because they couldn't prove that a crime was committed. They just had her confession, but who knows if she's telling the truth or not. So they never charged her with it because there was no body. And so she moves to Boston, lives her life. It's 30 years later, and a body has washed up from that river. And now she is going back to kind of answer some questions, possibly serve her jail time that she said that she deserved to do. However, some things start coming out, and I think it's just going to be one big mystery about what actually happened to her stepfather and what happened back then. So this sounds really interesting. Very, very interesting. Especially the fact that there is a character who literally confesses and she wants to go to jail, but they don't let her. So I'm really interested to see how that story is going to go. But yeah, so this comes out in September. Okay, so those are all of the books that were sent to me from publishers. Thank you so much to them. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk about books that I purchased. Let's talk about Pango. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Pango is an app where it's like a used book site, basically. I have started selling books on Pango, so if you guys ever see any books from me that you're interested in that I say I'm going to get rid of, they're most likely going to show up on Pango unless I have other plans for them. But I'll leave a link to my page down below. But I did start an account there, and I started a page where I am selling some of the books that I have read. And I'm only selling them, like, obviously if they're in good condition and sellable. But I have also been shopping there. So that's the problem. Like, I'm selling, but I'm also shopping because you know, when you sell a book, it can stay in the app and you can just turn around and use it on other books throughout the app, or you can move it to your bank account. I've been just keeping it in the app for now. But I did buy 2 books with some of the money that I got from selling a few books. So, okay, the first one is The 10,000 Doors of January. This is by Alex E. Harrow. I have heard such good things about this book. Like, I mean, rave, rave, rave. There was one week in particular that I just heard about this book from multiple different places consistently, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to buy it. So I looked on Pango. There were multiple options. I grabbed one for a very good price, and now I have it. So, yeah. The next one I grabbed on Pango is a book from an author that I have another book by this author, and I really, really want to read this author. I don't know why. I have a feeling they're going to be an author for me, and that is K.M. Sparza. So I got First Become Ashes, which I think is a little bit more of a fantasy book from them versus their first book, which was called Docile, which I do have downstairs and I really want to read. That's more of a dystopian type thing, but I don't know what this is about. I'm pretty positive it is like it's a little bit more of a fantasy type thing. So I don't know. Like, I don't have words for it. It's beautiful, like so beautiful. But I just have a feeling that this is going to be an author for me. So I have both their books now, and now I want to read them. And yeah, so And then I'm also part of a Facebook group that is called No Shelf Control, I think, where it's buy, sell, trade. So I started trying to sell my books over there. However, there are so many people in that group that sell their books that I will post something and immediately it just gets lost. So I don't have very much luck selling over there. So I've stopped posting over there as far as books I'm personally selling. And I've had to stop following it at this point because I will constantly find books and I'm like, nope, stop it, Sarah. You don't need to be buying books right now. But I have 3 that I bought recently because of that. So I have since turned off my notifications, at least for a little while, until I can kind of get my TBR a little bit more under control. But I did buy 3 books before I decided to do that. First one is Yellow Wife. This is by Sakita Johnson. Lindsay loves this book from Lindsay's Little Library. She was raving about this when she read it, and it really made me want to read it, and I've heard really, really good things about it. So this is a historical fiction that follows a woman who is the daughter of a slave and the plantation owner. She is their daughter. So a whole lot's going to be going into that. So I'm really excited about this one. And then I guess I decided I'm in the mood for ballerina books, so I got 2 of them. I got the Turnout. This is by Megan Abbott. This is probably going to be like a thriller, more of a thriller mystery type of thing that surrounds something about ballet. Like you can see the point shoe and everything, and like it's unraveling and stuff. But I don't know. And I've never read this author yet, but I've been really intrigued to try a book by Megan Abbott. So I guess we'll see about this one, but yeah. And then I also grabbed one that has been on, I've had this on my radar for a little bit, and that's The Ballerinas. This is by Rachel Capelke-Dale. Oh my gosh, you guys, this cover, oh, it's killing me. So pretty. I'm pretty sure this is like drama filled around the ballet. I don't really know, and I don't care. I'm collecting some books that have ballet themes, and I need to start reading them. I have quite a few, you guys. Like that needs to be a thing where I start reading some of these books. Maybe not all together because I'll probably get tired of ballet, but like I need to start picking some of these up before I buy any more like ballet themed. I don't know why. I like to say it's because I have a dancing background, but I never did ballet. I was on the high school dance team. Like that's not the same. So I don't know why. But seriously, like, oh, it's so pretty. Then I went to Target 2 different times and decided I needed a book. It's fine. Okay. First one is Gallant by Ve Schwab, an author that I am pretty positive if I just read some more of her stuff, she's going to be a favorite of mine. I have quite a few to choose from at this point, Sarah, so I need to start reading some more of her books. I have them. I need to read them. I love that this is a different size and that this has a whole lot of different types of writing styles and pages in it. And I'm pretty sure there is some, there is also some graphics that she was very passionate about making sure these are in here because they help with the story. So I'm very excited about this. I am hearing mixed things about it, but I don't care. I also heard mixed things about Addie LaRue, and that's one of my favorite books of all time. So yeah, I knew I needed to have this one. And the last one I was at Target, I just needed it. Guys, it's been a whole thing. The Atlas 6 by Olivier Blake, which I completely forgot I also have on audio. I got it from Libro FM. And I completely forgot about that. And now I have a physical copy too. So maybe I can tandem read it. I can listen to it and read it at the same time. I think this is like, it's a fantasy book. And I believe it's like a competition type thing where a group of people are competing. I don't know if they're competing together. I think they're competing together against other teams for certain things. That's all I really know. I'm hearing really good things about it. I know that it was originally self-published and then it was picked up by a publisher. This is the official publisher copy. So yeah, but I grabbed it. Okay, that's it. That wasn't too bad. It was okay. It was all right. But I need to slow down on my book buying. I really need to. My husband and I had a big conversation about this recently, and we have come up with a plan for me to kind of scale back a little bit, but not go on a ban, because if I go on a ban, that's when I'm going to explode and buy everything. So we came up with a little bit of a plan for me to just kind of scale back a little bit, still get a couple things here and there, but yeah. So I don't know why I'm doing the Ross thing, like the quiet. But yeah, so hopefully May will not be quite as bad. Will not have quite as much. It will be a little bit more contained. So we'll see. All right, that's it for me today. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you have read any of these. Are you excited about some of the arcs that I have that are coming out soon? Let me know that too, if any of them are going to be on your radar. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.